Gala Coin has just pumped over 15% in a single day, and in the last few days we've seen it do over 30%. Are we about to see Gala blow up to the moon? Are we missing out on being able to buy Gala right now? I can tell you all of the answers that you have for Gala today, and you can use this in all of the other cryptos that you're getting excited about right now. And you must pay attention, guys, because we are in the start, in my opinion, of a bull market, and this is going to be extremely valuable information. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Let's get on with the video. So in the last couple of months, I've created a number of different crypto videos about Gala, such as this one, timing when Gala was literally down here in early January. And obviously since then, we've had a nice pump and then a dump. Now, there's certain tactics in crypto that allow you to be more successful than perhaps other people. Now, if you've not been paying attention to crypto for the last few weeks, there's a good reason for that. It's because crypto has been coming towards the downside like this, so it's designed for you to kind of bury your head in the sand and not be that interested, rather than what you should be doing, which is paying attention when it does this and maybe, forgetting about it when it actually does this. But we tend to do the opposite. And that's because we like to watch ourselves make money. Now, what I want to advise heavily against is buying these big candles like this. Now, if we look at Gala and we zoom out a bit, we can see that Gala is now running into a zone of resistance. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to turn off and do anything like that, although it could do, who knows. But this is clearly a very important area of resistance. Why it is because at this point here, we can see also it found support here, resistance in this area. If we come back further, we can find it was resistance here, support here. It's quite clear, guys. This is a very significant area for Gala. And why is it so significant for Gala? Well, if we jump into the Bitcoin chart, you can see that this is probably one of the most significant areas on the entire Bitcoin chart. Now, look at this back in the bull market, right? We had the double top, and then here you can see we found support for Bitcoin. Here as well, support. And this area, bit of consolidation before eventually breaking down through it. Now, this is the neckline of that massive M pattern, and Bitcoin has just now started to move up into it. And yes, this does span from around $27,500 up to around $31,000. So somewhere in this area where I would expect Bitcoin to see significant resistance. Now, if you're looking to buy Gala for the long term and you think we're going to return back to all-time highs, which pretty much I believe that we will, obviously not financial advice, just my opinion. If we're looking for a good opportunity to enter the markets, we want to be buying after a little pullback like the one we saw here. Because if you were buying up at this spike here, you would have then missed out on the opportunity to buy in around 23% cheaper, and then seen this push back up, or you would have made another 55% on top. Now, it does make a difference if you are able to be patient. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what happens if this happens? The answer is you miss out. And does that matter? Well, no, it doesn't, because there's always going to be a better opportunity. And I guarantee if you jump in and you get lucky here, then you're going to jump in at some other point and you're going to get wrecked. And actually what you're teaching yourself is just bad discipline when it comes to trading. So what we're looking for is a pullback in the price. And we can't see anything significant on the daily, so let's jump into a 4-hour on the Gala chart. Well, you'll notice on this chart, I've drawn lots of different boxes. I know that after we get aggressive pumps like this, we are more than likely going to come lower at some point. If we push up, then I'll just draw boxes slightly higher up, okay? But what I'm looking for is areas we've seen a bit of indecision. Now here you can see a very good example. We had a very big strong candle push here, and this was like a 15% move from Gala, 16%. And then we returned back to this zone. Now I know that if big money is being able to create candles like this, they're going to want to return back to that same price, because they're not going to want to pay full price for it. They want to get it at the same price they paid before. Hope that makes sense. When it then returns back to that zone, we already have mapped out this area, knowing that we're probably going to arrive back there. So for example, if we were to fall back like this, then I've got another opportunity to buy if I'm getting something like this. Now you can see that once we return back into this zone, we get these spikes down here. These are showing me that there's lots of buyers trying to keep the price up, which means I want to get on board with them and do the same thing. I want to be one of the guys buying at this price rather than buying at this price. And you can see that as we come up higher, we can see that there was an indecision here and then an aggressive push out. So again, I've identified a buy zone. Here we had a few spikes towards the downside, and if we didn't have much of an aggressive push out. So I would imagine that we probably won't find support here. If we get rejected right now, we probably will be coming down into this zone that's where I'm looking for the wicks like this to the downside, then I will look to buy. Well, it's much easier to be able to control your emotions if you wait for the pullback and you get involved once it's already had a pullback. For example, if it pushes up here and it pulls back to this zone and I buy it, then it might push back to this zone, but at least I'm only going to be down this amount, let's say 5%, rather than down 50% if I go in and do that. So it's easier for me to keep control of my emotions and less greedy. And right now, guys, whether you like it or not, trying to dive in to coins that have pulled up or pushed up a significant amount is greed. That FOMO feeling is just greed, and we need to get the better of it. If we can get better of our greed, then we can make much smarter decisions further down the line. And the more you practice being disciplined on this, the more you practice focusing on not being greedy and buying those huge pumps and waiting for pullbacks, and the more you focus on maybe taking some money out the markets when you've already had some good pushes, then the better your overall performance is going to be in the crypto market. To you, it's what 99% of people don't do, and that's why 99% of people will not make money in crypto. So if you want to be one of the 1% and do better than everyone else in crypto, then make sure you get in my Telegram, which is linked down below, because on there I'm also going to tell you when I see Gala pulling back to a zone where I think you can execute and get involved in buying Gala. Now, as we zoom out further, we can also say that if we're looking to buy long-term for Gala, we still have a 15x back to all-time highs. But, if we wait for a bit of a pullback, then we could potentially be looking at 17, 18x back to all-time highs, which, might be worth waiting for, especially given that the rise of the gaming industry, blockchain gaming is going to be worth around $26.4 billion by 2026, something I see Gala having a very large percentage share of, and therefore I think Gala's still an incredibly hot pick. Even back to all-time highs, we're looking at very good. I think potentially in an aggressive bull market, we could see potentially up to around the $1.5 level for Gala. Now, I know that everyone's getting very excited and things on YouTube, but be very cautious, guys. This is a very competitive and exciting space. You're already seeing the rise of different cryptocurrencies within a similar space to Gala Gaming that do kind of similar things. Maybe not quite so well yet, but they will start to take market share. Hello One is a good example. I talked about Hello One the other day in this video, which I'll link to the end of this one if you want to go and check out this phenomenal opportunity, in my opinion, as a potential other coin to invest in with a similar USP to Gala. Now, if you want to go and buy and trade Gala on a daily basis, then go through the link down below in the description to Fairdesk, where you can go and get a deposit bonus. As well as that, you can get VIP status and you can potentially trade huge amounts of funds with very little money because you can use big leverage. Although trading with leverage is risky, so don't do it if you are very new to it. As well as that, they're doing weekly giveaways for trading bonuses and USDT if you want to get through that link as well and trading over there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that quick Gala update today. If you're not sure about jumping in, then it's better to not jump in and wait for a cooler and calmer moment when you can go in and make a much better decision. If you enjoyed that video, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye-bye.